Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Got a bit of a different one here today. We did another mulligan challenge, but instead of using one mulligan each on every hole, I've just kind of used them whenever I needed them. So it turned out pretty interesting. There was you'll see a couple of mulligan uses in the same spot, but we played at Kembla this week and had a pretty solid round. We were hitting the ball well. First hole, we had a putt for par. We're rolling it pretty well today. Just missed on the left-hand side there and tapped that one in for a bogey. Hole 2, teed off with my 5-wood, just pulled it a little bit and it ended up bouncing into the hazard. So used a mulligan there, and this one ended up being a pretty perfect tee shot. There's a hill in the middle of this fairway and it's kind of ideal to get to that or over it, but I was a fairway behind it. So I hit my 5-iron and this shot was about a metre from being perfect. It just bounced on the fringe and ended up in a pretty terrible spot. So immediately another mulligan use there, and still didn't get out with the mulligan. So rather than using another one, it was a bit of a better lie there. Ended up getting that one out just onto the fringe, and again hit a pretty good putt here. Just rolled to the right of the hole and tapped that one in. Double with a mulligan is with 2 mulligans is pretty tough, but yeah, it's we start hitting it a bit better as the round goes through. Not on this tee box. I took half the tee box with that first shot there, and this one just went a little bit right. I was just kind of going at the greenskeepers today. I think the first hole I yelled for, and then I almost hit this guy, and this poor guy almost cops it again on hole 7. So hit a really good chip there, rolled just past the hole and tapped that one in for a par. And this drive was hit pretty well. I just pulled it into the trees and that kind of ended up destroying this hole. Punched out with the wrong club here, just got all grass, so I didn't even get out to the fairway. I was still in really thick grass, and mixing that with trying to hit a draw, it was just a mulligan all over. So used 4 mulligans at this point, ended up just hitting my 8-iron up there. Went a little bit right of the green and left us a pitch shot over the bunker. Didn't want to go short, so I ended up sending it straight over the green just onto the opposite fringe. And again, pretty good putt here. Rolled it down pretty close, gave myself a decent look at a double and tapped that one in. This drive bounced right off that tree and onto the ladies' tee box in front of me. So 5 mulligans here. Followed that up with probably the best drive that I've hit in a while. Just went crept into the right rough, about 230 meters down the fairway. And then again, I've just kind of topped this ball, came out really low and just rolled up over to the left side of the fairway. And again, we've tried to hit a draw and we've just sent this ball straight into the trees. So I wasn't going to use a mulligan there, just took a drop and kind of shanked this one into the bunker. Hit a normal chip shot out of the bunker. The sand was that hard. So I'm already putting here for a double on this par 5. Again, putting pretty well, just missed that one and managed to sink this one for a triple. So the round's looking pretty rough considering I've used 5 mulligans, but hit another good drive here. Lost my balance a little bit. That one just landed up on the left side of the fairway, and then there's that greenskeeper in the background again that I happened to be following with my ball, so just bounced right next to him. And then I've kind of thinned this chip shot into the bunker and I got pretty bad here. That was the first shot and I've mulliganed that one, and again just terrible. You saw the ball peak up there, and then finally on the third shot, wasn't even a good bunker shot, it just happened to bounce out and land on the fringe. Didn't even bother going to get my butter for this one, just chipped it up and tapped that one in again for a double. Got a little bit better after this tee shot that I used another mulligan on. That one went right. I think it went in the hazard, but it could have ended up short. But this is a pretty gettable hole, so used some mulligan there, and it definitely paid off. I hit a really good drive, just landed about 10 metres short of the green, 30 metres from the flag. Hit this chip shot, a bit soft. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I've been blading them straight over the back of the green, so I was probably a little bit scared on that chip shot, and then I've just misread this putt. So had a putt here for par. Again, just rolled past the right side, ended up with a bogey there. Now, no mulligans from here on out, which is good. I pulled this tee shot, just went a little bit left, but to be honest, I didn't want to risk hitting a worse shot, so I just took that one, hit a really good chip shot, gave me a super easy tap in, and was able to par the 8th hole. And then really good contact on this drive, just went way right and ended up in the fairway of that par 5 I was playing before. And then I hit a really good 3-wood shot, went straight over the trees and just cut right down the fairway, landed on the left-hand side. At about 96 metres to the flag, hit my 50-degree and just went a little bit long and right, but still gave me a putt for birdie. And I adjusted the line last second here and just missed it on the right-hand side, but tapped that one in to finish with 2 pars and 11 over. So not too bad considering how hard Port Kembla is, but hopefully we'll be better in the next one. Thanks again for watching, guys.